These are family and friends.
Let's make some noise to get some kind of enthusiasm.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming around and coming to hear me. I appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I think it'll do some good, too, because it'll help inspire my speech, which is going to win the hearts and minds of all the people. So, the title of my speech is Restore Our Garden. Thank you for coming to hear me speak today. My name is Gary Josephson, and I'm running for the U.S. Congress in Ohio's 15th Congressional District. This district includes the south and west parts of Franklin County, and then heads west towards the Indiana border. I really love to be on the campaign trail since I get to meet everyday people like you. When I worked as a union representative and organizer, the greatest pleasure was to leave the office behind and visit people in their homes, on the job, and in their places of play and entertainment. My campaign has adopted the slogan, Restore Our Garden, because this slogan captures the demands of the American people to restore jobs, restore the environment, restore American democracy, and to promote a decent future for our youth. My campaign was barely noticed, though, until County Recorder Danny O'Connor dropped out of the Democratic primary due to the illegal gerrymander of Ohio's legislative boundaries. I enjoy great benefits as an unexpected candidate since I can speak the truth from my heart and not from someone else's prepared script. Also, I can emphasize that my qualifications include that I am very comfortable with my fellow citizens, I believe in representative democracy, and I take seriously the responsibilities that go with representing you. I ran not because I needed a job, but because I believe serving the American people means much more than encouraging a mob to walk down the street to intimidate our elected officials. Abraham Lincoln stated it simply that there is no grievance that is a fit object of redress by mob rule. To add insult to injury, the leaders of this mob have formed a dangerous faction with thousands of true believers whose whole purpose appears dedicated to disrupting the just functions of our government. This misled faction denies climate change, denies that real citizens cast ballots, denies a sickness was dangerous, which then killed 1 million Americans, and most recently this faction won a battle to deny women's privacy and their right to make decisions about their own health and well-being. I am running to help put an end to this faction and their know-nothing disruptions they plan for this country. I am running for Congress because so many others seem hesitant to promote remedies on the vital issues faced by the people of this country and the world. Well, I grew up in a family that believed in finding remedies. My father worked as an engineer, where if something broke, he would take it apart, find out what went wrong, and then redesign it. And my mother, she worked as a treasurer of her father's business that employed electricians who were members of IBEW Local 38 in Cleveland. From these able parents, I adopted the mindset that good science and engineering, along with careful accounting, can solve most problems. That can-do attitude was how my parents' generation faced down the world gone mad in their time. I have in mind my grandfather's telegram to my father in 1943 when he graduated the Ohio State University and joined the U.S. Army Air Corps. That telegram states these words: "Keep high your aspirations, your faith, and your courage. Yours is a great privilege. Be proud that in serving your country, you help all humanity. Our prayers go with boys like you because you belong to us, and because you are fine, and because with you ride the hopes for a decent world. Signed, Dad, Joseph Schiffman. The issues in our times that need remedies include climate change, crime, unemployment, homelessness, war, injury, disease, human rights, and the rights of women and minorities. Today, many fear our problems are overwhelming. Franklin Roosevelt spoke to this issue of fear when he was first elected president. What he said is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. A lot of problems are solvable when we move past the fear. I am running for Congress to help end those fears by speaking for common sense remedies without playing the blame game of finding fault. It is time we move forward. What Abraham Lincoln said 160 years ago applies today. He said, in this age and in this country, public sentiment is everything. With it, nothing can fail. Against it, nothing can succeed. It is time we move forward. I do not want to end this speech without adding my praise for those American people who find the courage to speak up, to right the wrongs they see. I recall the courage of everyday working people who went to work to provide essential services when many of our citizens fell ill with the spread of COVID. I have seen the people rise to the occasion to fight the faults of this nation during the civil rights era and the movement to end the cruel Vietnam War. I feel certain they will overcome the present challenges of the radical denial faction. It is time we move forward. This election on November 8th stands out as a crucial time for every citizen to vote. Your vote should be about our country and standing up for democracy and decency and not about party. Currently, Ohio Democrats have strong leaders who have been outspoken in their advocacy for working people. These leaders include our current U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown and Tim Ryan, our Heart of Ohio Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Your votes and participation will lead to that decent world my grandfather spoke of. And then our garden planet Earth can become more peaceful, green, and plentiful. It is time we move forward. Thank you kindly for listening. The future is in your hands. Please vote for me, Gary Josephson, for United States Congress and all other candidates who support loyalty to America's ideals before a party or a faction. Thank you again. If anybody had any questions or comments, it's very important that you come forward and talk about them. If you have solutions or things that